against the 14th seed, Ugo Humbert.
Play. Taking on.
If he wins a lot of points, Jeff, they're going to run out of voice.
They may do. They got in early.
One of the things that's pushed Ugo Humbert to have so much success, a lot of improvement in terms of service games won. His 2024 season.
But he will have already noticed when he serves to the ad court, he stands very wide to help even more angle with that sliding serve to the backhand.
That's nicely done. A huge test, of course, for Hady Habib. 219, you've been playing on the ITF circuit, right at the very sort of bottom of the professional tour, and some challenges as well. Matchups against world number 14s are few and far between.
Yeah, this is a really big step up for Hady. And his heart rate's got to be very much elevated. He needs to get away to a good start here. He's got a big serve. Average first serve speed 202, average second serve speed 170, and both those stats are better than the player against which he's participating today. So we'll see if he can bring his best serves to the fore here.
Hady Habib to serve.
He's not too tense. His average first speed's 202, but he started off with 215. And a lovely cracking forehand here.
That's enough.
Typical attributes of a professional tennis player that you need. Big serve, big forehand. His coaches, previous coaches have talked about, though, the mental strength, the resilience that he's got.
You can already see he gets good shape on the forehand. Quite get enough height on that strike. There's plenty of spin on it.
Fans know this is a best of 5 set match.
Well, they're thinking he's going to win in straight.
see how far back he's being pushed in the court by Humbert.
40-30.
Yeah, the ball coming back from Humbert, he's got some heat on it, so he's hurrying this man. You can see he was hurried there, and that one had a little bit more time. And very much hurried on that return.
Use.
Well, that was a sign of stress, just lifted up at the moment of impact there, just not backing himself, so a little tension.
And again, so a bit of an adjustment required for Habib. The crowd's not going to let it go, though. They're going to try and push him as much as possible. Team Humbert there. Jeremy Hady, good player in his own right. Fabrice Martin as well. And part of that, I say conveyor belt, but in the nicest possible sense, of French players that reach the top levels of the sport. And just to point on, we've talked about the fact that there's very few French supporters here. Well, that's because there's French players playing everywhere at the moment. Arthur Cazot is playing on court 6. We've got Arthur Fils taking on Quentin Elise on court 7. So they're having to spread out a bit.
Spreading the love. Well, Humbert, to his credit, the best thing he can do is keep the crowd out of it by keeping the scoreboard ticking over in his favor, and he's doing a good job of that. Well, he's going about things the right way there, Habib. He's trying to take the swinging left-handed serve early, trying to move diagonally to cut the ball off so that he's not taking too far out of court, but just not timing the ball as sweetly at the moment as he would like.
What's also helping here for Humbert too is coming into this match, he's already played his opponent. Sometimes, a lot of times, the player ranked or seeded 14 won't be playing the world number 200 too often. I've played once before in a challenger. That's a quality finish.
Humbert.
And asserting his authority early on the contest. The 14 seed 3-love in the opening sets.
Well, he's a quality player, isn't he? We know that. Humbert currently ranked 14th, been one spot higher than that April last year. 6 titles, most recently, as you mentioned, Pete, Dubai and Marseille in 2024. 4th round of Wimbledon, 2019 and 24. I mean, his statistics, you know, they're substantial. The record is pretty impressive. And being a lefty as well, it's another challenge for Habib here, who just not quite settled. It's a shame he didn't win that first game. He got a good lead and then got a little tense. There was a couple of balls that he just lifted up on at the moment of impact rather than staying down and committing to the shot. So just amplifying the pressure of the moment, the situation he's in. It's not easy. He's got a bunch of supporters here he wants to play for. He wants to make them feel proud. Awful lot riding on his shoulders.
Habib was out of the chair very quickly after that sit down. Just wanted to get on with it. I suppose if you're playing Challenger and ITFs, you don't sit for as long. Back to the old days, Jeff, where players didn't sit down at all.
That's right.
Didn't even have a chair.
That was before my time, Pete, so come on, don't look at me like that.
I'm not. Certainly step one here is to just get on the board for Habib. Just get something rolling. I was actually really surprised after the first round match. He was blown away by the support. He didn't know what to expect when he walked out onto court.
221 doesn't count because it didn't go in, but it's got some serious heat. Nice action. Oh, too much kudos. As you mentioned before, he does like to have big first serve and then search for the forehand. First of all, you've got to find the spot with the first delivery.
That'll feel good.
Cain, Habib. Humbert leads 3-1.
So he's ticked that off the list on the board.
It's like a Madrid-Barcelona game.
Isn't it?
Please. Love 15.
I mentioned it before, Jeff, about the crowds and the French do, particularly Davis Cup ties when they're played at home and home tournaments. It's interesting, it's the shoes on the other foot for Humbert here.
15 all.
They're one of 12 French players inside the world's top 100. And they haven't had a player to make that breakthrough in terms of winning majors. They've just had that consistency. So many players reaching that top 100 mark.
That's a race.
Got plenty of support in his player area. Paul-Henri Mathieu is the Davis Cup captain for France. He has a very busy job, but a pleasant one. Which of the 12 players ranked inside the top 100 you pick for your squad each time?
Yeah, nice problem to have. Before last, it was interesting because Hady didn't know the score. He started to walk around until he heard the chair call the score. So he's quite distracted. He's not quite focused on the score or what's happening in front of him yet. It's just a wicked serve.
The lefty swinger. He knows how to produce it at the right time. It's 4-1 Humbert in the opening sets.
Well, it's not, well, he's a bigger version of Moutet. We call him Moutet, but we were assured that he likes to call himself Moutet last night against Popper, and I was doing that match, and of course the Australian crowd was very much behind Popper, but in a similar manner, Moutet, who is a lefty as well, was standing very wide of that centre tee to swing the ball out to the back end of Popper very successfully. But Humbert's got a bigger serve. Gets that one swinging wide with more pace, and we've already seen he can direct it down the centre tee as well, so he's got a lot of options. And you can see how difficult a player he is to play against, so tough assignment here for Hady Habib. One of the benefits, though, he's been to college, and I'm sure he's played college tennis, and that can get pretty vocal when you're playing home and away matches. You know, the crowds, if you're an away player, they can give you a bit of hurry up.
Court 3. It's taken on a life of its own here at Melbourne Park, this tournament over the years. Very much one of the originals still standing in the same spot. The 1573 Arena across the way.
Change of name, though.
Yes, true.
Well, he's showing his class here at the moment, isn't he, Humbert? First return was excellent. Manoeuvred his way ultimately to come forward off a very good slice approach shot. He's making life very uncomfortable for Habib.
Looked like the breeze picked up there just a little bit, Jeff, in that rally. Just helping Habib in that occasion.
Yeah. See the backdrop there.
He's missed it.
40-30.
See the breeze, it's swirling around a little bit, picks up, drops off. You do know it is a cool breeze this evening.
Cain, Habib. Humbert leads 4 games to 2.
Classy.
He picked the approach shot, Habib. He gets here nicely, hits a good shot. But he was perfectly placed and the volley technique was very, very sound. Got low, racket head up. Nice firm grip. Quite enough penetration from the back of the court at the moment, Habib. Humbert with lots of time to pick his spot. He's not being hurried in any way. Going even wider now to serve. It's almost in the doubles alley.
An exclamation point on that game.
New ball, please.
Keep himself well in front. It's 5-2 for the 14th seed in the first.
Humbert leads 5 games to 2.
Another of the French players who does that. Adrien Manarino moves well across the court, but the angles he can generate. Be a geometrist if he gives away the game at some stage. Just work with angles because he just creates them.
Maybe Manuel Franco Auger in the chair. He might need to give a few more directions to the crowd from time to time. It might have to be involved to keep him calm. But so far, so good.
Part of that, of course, being 5-2. Humbert, he continues to go along like this. It will silence the crowd.
Time. Please, players are ready. Thank you.
Came in at 170 kilometres an hour, back with the flight of the ball. Humbert on that occasion.
Nice short backswing, and it's back before Habib can really recover from his swing.
Good change-up.
Excellent change-up. Certainly Humbert wasn't expecting that. Why would he?
13-15.
That just now adds a little extra doubt into the mind of the Frenchman.
Oh, he had to be aware. He got away with it, Humbert.
30.
Well, came in to track down this ball. Humbert was there. Great hands.
Great anticipation as well.
40-30.
He's got a nice action, nice deep leg drive, knee bend, good speed.
Cain Habib.
Well, he keeps himself in the sets.
Humbert leads 5 against 3.
Just with all his ground strokes, he gets a little bit short with his finish. He's got to get a little bit more length, a little bit more follow through. Backswing doesn't need to be too big, but the finish needs to be longer.
He hasn't lost a point on his first serve. He only lost a handful on the second serve as well, just 5. A dominant performance from Ugo Humbert. A couple of set points to try and finish off. He does. 31 minutes on the clock.
6 games to 3.
Bear silences the crowd here on court 3. Takes the first. 6-3.
Love 15.
Guaranteed. The crowd's got to keep pushing him along, no matter what state the match is in.
Yep. There for Hady.
Yes, of course, made history in terms of the first Lebanese player into the major main draw, Grand Slam main draw colloquially. But there is another Lebanese player, Benjamin Hassan, who again is playing challenges and ITF as well. I think competed at the Olympics. Did Hassan last year representing Lebanon. Sent a wild card into that event. It's also talked about sort of the growth of tennis in Lebanon. Obviously, it's been a very slow process and for a lot of different reasons, but it's optimistic. And the new president of the federation on board, trying to grow the game in that particular part of the world. And obviously, you can see how popular Habib is here today. I think he's got family who live in Australia as well, but trying to sort of push that along. His coach, Patricio Heras, is looking on. And the cap there in the towel.
Yeah, I looked at his press conference after his first round win, and he was very humble, but he spoke really well about what he hopes that this will do for Lebanese tennis and whether it'll grow the sport. It was quite illuminating. He did himself a lot of favours in that press conference. The other thing that's been a little bit more difficult for Hady Habib today was the scheduling of the court with the rain delays, etc. There was a lot of delays, and for someone who's not used to this, you know, how you get up for the match and then you've got to wait, and when you eat and all those sorts of things. This was an extra challenge for him today.
And also in a much bigger space. So playing challenges and ITFs and not playing at venues as big as this. So much going on, so much happening. Bigger locker room, bigger player area as well. A lot different to small clubhouses that you would be playing out of around the place.
Serve just coming off the line. I think it has a tendency when it hits the line, the ball just to skip through a little bit more quickly.
Game number.
Rolling along nicely for the 14 seed. What it is doing, it's silencing the crowd. Team Humbert pretty happy. Just at the top of your screen is his partner, Tessa.
Evening love.
Struggling with his volleys.
30-15.
It was a good return. But those sort of volleys you've got to make at this level.
He's on a bit of a roll to get himself going in the second set, but down a break. Humbert a set and 2-1.
Humbert leads against 1.
Well, we're still focusing on Habib, I guess, and it's understandable. But you look at him, and his game looks like it's got the ability to be added to. His serve is good. His returns at this point not quite good enough, but I think it's a simple matter of just getting a little bit more finish with the stroke. He's very short with his follow-through, so that means your timing has to be absolutely perfect, and that's not possible to do on a regular basis. Volley's technique looks okay. He's just been a little late. So there's things to build on here, but in the short term, yeah, his opponent's just a level above, and we expected that.
Time.
Well, Ugo Humbert in a really good position in this match.
He was nice and patient, but the last choice was the wrong one. He was nice and wide, which would have been an opportunity to hit a nice short topspin angle cross court. He went for the more risky shot down the line, which you'll tend to do when you're trying to play catch-up tennis, I guess. You take a risk. Just the wrong choice there, and that'll come with more play at this level, you'd imagine.
Well, that's it, isn't it? The jump that you make from even the challenger level, the ITF level, to playing here, and it's part of that thing when players are evolving their games and to get used to playing top 10 players, top 20 players, week in, week out.
40 love.
And that can take a little bit of time, often getting stuck in qualifying draws to try and get in, just to the 250 events, some of the small events, 500s, and then thousands. It's a grind from right at the very bottom to the very top for most.
Game up.
But good chance to see where your level's at compared to the world number 14. Well, clear skies on top of Government House. Good job.
Well, he's quick. It was a little casual from his opponent. He had multiple choices, and his execution of one of the worst choices got him in trouble. So a little lack of focus there, perhaps.
Cain, Habib.
Well, slipped in the crowd. Humbert still up a break in the second set, 3-2.
Humbert leads 3 games to 2.
Well, that kid's having a great time.
It's supposed to be the happy slam, isn't it? Everyone looks pretty happy who's on this court.
But do you remember out there playing in an atmosphere like this?
Yeah, I have, in Davis Cup for sure. In a lot of ways, it's, you know, it's exciting, even if they're not supporting you.
Well, an amazing atmosphere we've come to expect from Court 3 at Melbourne Park.
Thank you very much. Players are ready. Thank you. Thank you.
One valuable lesson that Habib will learn as well, that you've got to keep good depth and better depth against this level of play. Good players, when they see a ball that lands short, it's an immediate invitation to attack. So at the moment, he's just getting a lot of balls back, but not deep enough or with quite enough venom in them.
We made him play a couple of extra balls.
Yeah, his mobility's good. We saw that when he ran up to the drop shot the previous game. Defended well there. And Humbert's going to need to maintain his focus.
Thank you. That's the service.
Out.
Thirty 15.
That first serve percentage is really lifted in this second set for Humbert. In terms of serves into play, around the 45% mark, 77% now, only missed 3 so far in set number 2. And he's only lost the 1 point. That ball's gone in. It gives him that little cushion that he's got now at 4-2.
He's very much aware of the score, isn't he? Because he realises new balls are coming next game, so he's changing frames in advance. All players elect to do that rather than changing them in the same game as the balls are being changed. Took that ball very early, realising the first serve of Habib is good. Second serve's an opportunity that you've got to look to take and move diagonally, cut the ball off. Took time away from Habib. Oh! Well, that's the best forehand of any description he's hit in this match so far. And he got there so quickly. Have a look at his footwork here. This is not a bad slice. Step, 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 step. Ripper. That last forehand will have shaken Humbert up just a little, realising, okay, this man has got a little extra.
He's landed that as well. Bear was very casual getting over that ball.
Well, Habib hadn't recovered either, because I think Habib thought it was going out, and that seduced his opponent to think it was going out as well. Maybe it was a cunning ploy, I'm not sure.
Cain, Habib.
He's keeping pace at the moment with Humbert. But it is the 14 seed up a break in the second at 4-3.
Humbert leads 4 games to 3.
Well, it was interesting to see that forehand was made possible by the excellent footwork, and I felt he's been so nervous here that the footwork prior to that time has been a little flat. Yes, he's taken off and got to some short balls, but in the rallies, the neutral rallies, he really hasn't been moving his feet that well. But side out forehand that we saw in that game was made possible by excellent footwork. So I think he's got more to give here if he can stay in touch.
Again, he continues on with jumping out of the chair very early. So there are some French fans out here, Jeff. I told you.
I listen to everything you tell me.
yellow.
See, the French fans up and about now. A couple of other matches finishing featuring French players, so they've come in.
That's the service.
Fault.
Any point that he can win on the Humbert serve will be an achievement, the way that Humbert's been going about it tonight.
Yeah, he's loosening up. He's getting a little bit more confidence. Mobility, as I mentioned, is improving. He's swinging just a little bit more freely. It's almost unplayable, that serve. It's got pace. It's very difficult to read, and it's just swinging so far away from this right-handed player.
Just that little .001 opportunity that Habib had in that service game gone. Just getting about his business tonight is Ugo Humbert.
Fault.
Well, again, as we saw in the previous service game of Habib, Humbert moving across and forward. You see, moves diagonally, cuts the ball off before it gets too wide. Small backswing, lovely follow through, lovely finish.
I think this is where the break pushing is a good thing for Humbert at this point in time, with Habib finding some nice rhythm on his serve, getting through his service games.
Nice change up there, the 153 kilometre an hour kicker. He's got options. One of the hoardings has just been blown off the side. Hasn't encroached onto the playing surface too much yet.
Cain Habib.
Did well to trap that. But Ugo Humbert will be serving for the second set next at 5 games to 4.
Well, clearly that last backhand of Habib was excellent. So in every aspect, he's been improving, primarily with the footwork, I think. It was just absolute tension, not knowing how he was going to compete. Unfamiliar territory, unfamiliar opponent. Everything about this match was very, and has been, very unfamiliar to Habib. And so he's just feeling a little bit more comfortable in the whole environment. And I think it's important that Humbert just keeps his focus, because if he drops his level at all, this man's showing he's reasonably capable.
He's lost so few points on his serve, though. And I guess is the challenge for Habib now, that he's got the rhythm on his own serve.
Cain.
Mathieu looking on, Davis Cup captain for France.
So many of the former French players stay involved, don't they, with the federation and assisting the next group of French players that are coming through. Good job in that regard.
Love.
11 aces for the match, just 2 3/4 sets. It's impressive. Excuse me, 1 3/4 sets.
A bit of extra pace and depth from Humbert that time.
30-15.
The breeze has really picked up as this set's gone along. He's making things tricky. Just over an hour on the clock. And a chance for Ugo Humbert to take a 2-set-to-love lead. And he's in control of the match.
1 second set on that.
The 14 seed takes the second set, 6-4.
Love 15.
I think if you're Ugo Humbert, you're circling this game in your mind, going, right, I could break him completely here. Run away with the match, get the break.
Well, I think there were signs there that Hady Habib is a little uncomfortable coming forward. This sort of shot here, well, there was nothing on it. It was just a push up the middle of the court, and you could see standing at the net there. Again, there wasn't an instinct for that part of the court, so that needs a little work.
18-13.
Oh, it's nicely done. Not easy from Humbert moving forward. Had to move across as well.
This is a good move from Humbert, just making his opponent wait. He's up there ready to go, Habib, and he's just making him wait, think about the score. It's good tactics. Guess right. Nice anticipation. Well, as all good players this level do, they look for an opportunity to attack on the second serve. And the second serve's been pretty good. Humbert he's a class player. He's finding a way of making him pay when he misses the first serve. Just went for too much. And the familiar pattern continues. So in each of the opening two sets, a break early for Humbert, and the same here. But they're not going to give up, the Lebanese fans. Yeah, that double fault coming from the pressure that Humbert was imparting on the Habib's second serve. So, as you quite rightly said, he just went for a little bit more, and that's what happens, of course. So for the third time, first service game in each set, Habib has been broken. And we have to give credit to Humbert as well. He knows what he's doing. He knows if he can keep, as you've said, Peter, the crowd out of it by leading on the scoreboard. It's important. So when you start the set on level terms, someone's got to lead. And Humbert was very keen to be the one leading after that first game. Again, the familiar pattern on the Humbert serve. Just 1 point, maybe 2 points there, and then immediately that first serve just nullifies everything.
Humbert rolling along.
Humbert leads against the level.
He's able to get over the line here, Jeff. Much different match for him against Artefis, all French. The crowd response will be a little different.
It's probably on the mind of Humbert as well. I think he'll feel comfortable at the moment that he's almost certainly going to get through. His mind will be just wandering off a little bit, thinking about his next round. Oh, it's too good, isn't it?
Yep.
He's a fluent mover around the court, Humbert. Got into position quickly, felt balanced, which is why he took that line shot on.
Thank you.
One of his best second serves there, Habib, just taking completely to his end range. Couldn't get any purchase on the return, so good second serve.
Cain, Hady.
Well, down a break, but fighting on. Ugo Humbert, 2 sets up, and up a break in the third.
You have to imagine his coach will get all the statistics from this match, and they'll sit down and go through them together and see if they can pinpoint where he needs to get better. I mean, if you look at things at the moment, his unforced errors have been twice as many as that of his opponent. His total winners have been much less than his opponent. His service speed, though, has been up there. It's good. So it's more about the returner serve and the neutral rally points that he needs to get a little bit better at. But he's competing hard, and look, you know, he's out there, he's competing, and it's not over yet.
Time.
So Humbert up a break in the third.
Thank you.
Just keeps ticking along. That's all he needs to do from trade serve to the end of the match. To the floor time for Humbert now.
Yeah, quickly across to that forehand and had some good heat on the ball, and you could see him. Habib was just a little hurried again. He's perhaps not seen this level of consistency from opponents too often. They're the points you learn as well. You need to go cross-court again off that ball that he was pushed into the corner. He was there with time, but you need to go back cross-court, stay in the point, work for the next shot.
Having a part to play out there. Habib got a little unlucky.
He did indeed, but he should have been coming in earlier because the shot was so good. He only had an offensive option, did Humbert, so needed to take advantage of that earlier.
18-14.
Biggest cheers of the night.
Yes.
That's the sort of depth as Djokovic like from Humbert. Every shot there was deep. It was neutral, not a big risk, but just deep, hurrying his opponent. Ultimately had a little bit more time. Pushed a little harder on the next shot. Probably needs to serve a little bit more at the body of second serve-wise as well to Humbert, who's standing in close. That's the best response to someone who's standing up on your second serve. Well, that's a gem. That's just too good.
The ability to trap the ball first, so that coordination, but also the redirection, changing the angle of the ball too. Body behind it.
So he'll look to stand in here, move in as the ball's coming towards him. A body serve would be the way to go. In he goes. If you give a man or a player room to swing when they're standing in close, well, then they take time away from him. So if you can get him at the body, then the response is more defensive. Best option is to delay, so you don't need a second serve.
Oh, that's exceptionally good. It really is. He's hit a few of those tonight.
Well, that volley is yeah, as good as it gets. Have a look at how low he gets. Head still, angle of the racket face. Not a lot of risk. Outstanding execution.
Being picked off now, able to do enough with that second serve. So I'd be surprised if a double fault or two come up along the way here. Of course, when he's faced with the second serve, of course. The first serve's fine when it goes in. It's a good fight in that game. Match potentially slipping away. But Humbert still have a break though. It's 3-2 in the third. Dear, oh dear. Things our reporters will do. That's Ersin Kaderis. Travels the world, follow the tour. Getting up close and personal with the Lebanese fans. Out of his natural habitat of interviewing players, really.
Obviously enjoying the vibe.
Cain.
See you down there doing that, Jeff?
A little too fragile for that, I think.
Oh, it's fun. Look at this. Half enjoying, half hoping they land him properly.
30 love.
Well, this has been one of the major issues for Habib tonight. How to make inroads in the Humbert serve. That's a clever play from Humbert.
Yeah, he's got plenty of options in his repertoire, hasn't he? Put a man wide, then he goes back behind him with a short ball. So a man who's recovering to the left now has to change direction, go to his right. Didn't quite open the racket face enough. It was the right idea. Just got to get a little bit more loft. A few times just like that where the ball was wide, but with a little effort he may have got it, he may not have. But what you need to do is make the court look smaller to your opponent. So if you really get to these shots in future, then the opponent tends to want to go for a little bit more. So there's been a few occasions like that that Hady needs to really learn. I've got to track everything down. Even if I don't get there, get close. Make the court seem smaller to my opponent.
Feeling the last couple of days, it's a mixture of emotions, but knowing that you've got an entire country just pushing you on, obviously not just here in the stands, but watching back in Lebanon as well. And I suspect with a nation that has a lot to smile about of late, that this has provided a bit of a rallying point.
Well, on serve he's shown he's got that slider that we saw there. He's got the flat. He's got the kicker. So a lot of options. He's held plenty of service games here. So the servers, it can be a genuine weapon.
Still down a break. Humbert 2 sets up and 4-3 in the third.
That leads 4 games to 3.
Well, Habib's problem is that Humbert, since the first set, has really picked up his first serve percentages. 71% in this set. It's giving him a total of 60% for the match. So it'll show you how low his first serve percentage was in the first set, but this set it's improved considerably. So it's a tough ask for Habib to break when a lefty of the quality of Humbert is serving very well as far as the numbers on the first serve are concerned. So we'll have to hope he misses a few first serves here and get a crack at a couple of seconds.
44% in the opening set, first set of play. Won all of the points in there. And then the next 2 sets, 71%, 71%, and 80+%. He has got them in. And it's, the other effect is to silence the crowd.
Yeah.
It just takes that little bit of pressure off.
For those who've sort of slightly older generation, it's a bit McEnroe-like his serve, isn't it? He's got a very square stance, back foot very much behind the front foot, almost Gets his back to the net as he tosses the ball up. Well, that's just wicked. It's very, very difficult for a single-handed right-hander to get some purchase on that return.
So one game away from a spot in round number 3. Those French fans pretty happy the way things have gone this evening. There they are. Enjoying a night off work, come down, watch some tennis.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Oh, we're already doing it.
Around Melbourne or even at Melbourne Park. Good result here for Habib to hold serve, and at least force Humbert to finish it off on his serve. Eleventh ace. Done just that. Ugo Humbert to serve for the match next at 5-4 in the third set.
Humbert leads 5 games to 4.
Well, he hasn't been able to get a look at any break points on the Humbert serve yet, so this is his last opportunity. If he can just work hard and make something happen to take the first point. Just add a little extra pressure to the situation. Big ask though. The Frenchman's been serving exceptionally well. Feeling very comfortable, just focusing here. Eyes not glancing around too much. Rallying cry from these fans. Some of them have been around from the start of the day waiting for this match. Here on court 3 for Hady Habib. Ugo Humbert though, he served particularly well.
Thank you very much.
And now he's serving for a spot in round 3.
You can see the swing on that ball. It's moving 1.5 to 2 meters at least from the time it leaves his racket and gets to the other end. And it's also got pace on it, so it's extremely effective serve.
Net for service.
Still got to get to the finish line, though.
15-0.
Well, he's done well to take a point away from his opponent on the ad side, because that's the more useful side for a left-hander. So this is the side here, the juice court. He's got a better chance of negating the swing of the Frenchman.
This is unfamiliar territory for Habib.
18-30. Thank you.
He needs to guess. He needs to run to a spot. And the inside-out forehand is the one that he'd prefer. So cover that.
Thank you.
Oh. It's classy stuff.
Did the right thing there, Habib, but the pass was too good off an approach shot that wasn't quite good enough.
14,
Venture to the net was the right option there.
Now at 39 on the clock. It's been a heck of an atmosphere here on court 3.
Net for service.
Ever the last game or attempt to make it the last game, it's always one of the more difficult ones to make.
Thank you. Advantage, Humbert. Game, set and
An
match,
emphatic
Humbert.
finish. The dominant performance from Ugo Humbert through to round 3 for the 3rd straight year here at Melbourne Park. But Hady Habib has done himself and his country proud. It's Humbert who gets the win, but it's Habib that gets the ovation.